All right.
Señores, en esta oportunidad estamos con Johannes Eckerström, parte de Avatar, que se presentan en Sudamérica por primera vez en abril de este año. La fecha del 26 de abril en el Teatro Cariola es la que nos convoca. Johannes, how are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm sitting in France. We're soon to play a sold-out show, and I'm talking with someone in Chile, where we are going to soon come and play in what everyone tells me is the most metal city in the world. And this is inside information from the band. Our bass player Henrik has been there in his own time, and he says it. And maybe something more important that should be making me feel a bit proud of this is we used to for many years have the same front of house engineer as Motorhead. He of course went to Chile with Motorhead and Santiago, and he did like thousands of shows with them. He said the single greatest, wildest, best show he ever worked on with Motorhead was in Santiago. So no pressure, but I have very high expectations.
Oh wow, that's a bold statement. Well,
Yep.
yeah, lots of people are saying that Chile is one of the most, or maybe the most intense metal crowd. You lead some of the Latin American experience with your show in Mexico 2 years ago. I was there. It was a
Yeah.
hell of a show. Uh,
Thank you.
how are your feelings about it? Like about the Latin American crowd?
Uh, no, it's been absolutely amazing every time, and Mexico also had opportunity to go to not playing, and it goes hand in hand with most places in the world where I get to land where the language is based in Latin, if you will. So also Southern Europe to Mexico to also Brazil. We were in Brazil with Iron Maiden. Everything has clicked pretty well with me. It's an environment I enjoy. So to now finally get to do more Latin America, and it's about damn time. I think we are made for it, so to speak. And also, like, I have old friends who, now they live in Sweden and Finland and stuff, but from Chile and from Santiago specifically, who are very excited on my behalf and stuff. And it just tends to be humans that I've been clicking with well in my life. So no, they are. I look forward to it for many reasons, I would say.
Mm. Well, I need to ask you about this. Well, this single "Make It Rain" on the other side of tonight. Are you guys releasing only singles this year, or are you guys gonna release a new whole album?
These singles are all the new music that will come this year because they are part of what we did while making Dance Devil Dance. It's one of those. It also happened with Hunter Gatherer is what the album is called. We've done too many. I keep forgetting the names. But with Hunter Gatherer, that you sometimes feel because to make an album, our way of thinking of it is not just a bunch of songs, right? There's something to the order of the best albums. It makes perfect sense which song comes after which, and that you paint a bigger picture with it. And sometimes you have just some really good stuff. Excuse me. Some really good stuff that doesn't, at least at the time, for whatever reason, doesn't feel like it flows with the rest of the songs. But it can, without it being anything wrong with the songs. But then we always go back to that the Beatles did, Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane was a double A-side single.
Yeah.
That was never on an album, it came on compilations later. But sometimes songs can stand very strongly on their own 2 feet and do their own little thing, and that will do the album more justice and then the songs more justice. And that was our line of thinking. And because now already I see the response in people that, how the hell did this not end up on the album? It's great. And I agree that it's great, but there's also, I don't know, if you think about movies, right? I don't know, like if you make a comedy movie, full of jokes, and it's all about the jokes, and then you have this amazing idea for a horror scene. And even if it's the best horror scene in horror movie history, if you put it inside a comedy, you kind of ruin the comedy and the horror goes away. And this is definitely not our most comedic album, obviously, but I think the comparison is fair. So for that reason, they come now a bit on their own. It's our Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane.
Penny Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Well, and talking about this Dance Devil Dance, how was the writing process of that album, which has 2 more songs?
Yeah, no, the whole process, it was different, simply because it started with a pandemic, meaning it started with not touring for Hunter-Gatherer for a year. So that kind of, okay, so what do we do now? And I know I kind of, speaking for myself, I kind of pretended that I had a solo project for a month. Meaning, so the writing, we always fuck around when writing because we want to find new things. But I think I was fucking around even more to like make this great thing. What happens if I get to do this all on my own? It will be, you know. But that lasted a couple of weeks. I wrote 10 bad songs, and then I did 2 good ones. And those 2 good ones I wanted to show the rest of the guys, and they were also writing. So it just gave us more time to really think this time. So there's a lot of, I mean, now when writing, because we are always writing, so now we're of course already writing the next thing. And that process is, they are all shaped differently. If you're on the road, what kind of breaks you take, how long you get to live with something, how long you get to put it away. And Dance Devil Dance had just a different story arc in its creation because we were home more. But we were also apart more because I moved to Finland, what year is it? 10 years ago. And the other guys are in Sweden. And so we write separately, then we come together, then go separately away. The come together part was all, you know, Zoom meetings, which worked. You know, we did it on the regular and everything, but that made it kind of different. So yeah, no, a lot of reflection went into this, and very early on in its creation. Now it's more write until you find what it's about, and everything works. It just, life will shape your stuff in different ways depending on what life is.
Johannes, what is Avatar Country?
Well, Avatar Country is first and foremost, of course, an album and a fan club of sorts. On a deeper level, what I took with me from that whole period, because that thing started as a silly inside joke. Jonas being a king was some stuff we did to have a laugh backstage or in the bus, you know? And that it grew to this music that became a love letter to more classic heavy metal, our roots in power metal and all that, a way to sing about glory and kings. Because I don't believe in that kind of authoritarian government. I'm not interested in making songs about mighty kings and wizards in that way, but I'm a fan of the music many times. But if the king is, you know, one of my best friends, then I can write love songs to one of the best friends, and suddenly I can sing about this wonderful king because it's Jonas and I love him. So that gave us this entry to have fun with it. And what it became, and most importantly, is that because our fans, the audience, played that game with us, joined in on the fun. So it's something we did together, more so than any kind of normal album, whatever normal album is. This became something so huge that Avatar Country, I think in the end, became that energy between us and the people who are into what we are doing. And that you really understand something that is true for every band. You know, you hear us all say, without our fans we would be nothing. And it kind of doesn't really mean anything anymore because you're supposed to say that. But this shows how true that is, that the magic is when you play this game together with each other and you really participate in the art. Like an Avatar show or any show of any band is really done right. It's a team effort. It's a team effort, you know? So I guess that Avatar Country is a team effort.
Great. Well, Johannes, I think we're running out of time. We only have 4 minutes left. So, well,
yeah.
Thank you for your time. And, well, if you can say something to your Chilean fans that are expecting you, gonna be awesome.
Again, no pressure, but people tell me over and over that you're the best in the world, so I just expect you guys to be yourself. Meaning the best thing that has ever happened to us. No pressure.